We are good to go, y'all.
And we are here, and we are starting, and we are live, and we are recording.
We're patch, man.
Nice.
Why would I wear orange?
Right. I was looking at the camera, and I'm like, why did I wear yellow?
Yeah, why
it's
did
just
we
too,
do
It's
that?
too much.
I don't know why I wore
I'm trying to hit every shirt in my closet, so I never double dip now. You know me. I don't double dip now.
Yeah,
Now you
tell.
just look like a floating head above the couch.
You're good.
Oh, yeah.
You're good, Mariah. Don't beat yourself up too much.
I think you look great, Mr. S.
Mr. Ass.
How's everybody feeling? What's today? Wednesday? Wednesday.
It is Wednesday.
Vibes are on today. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, you woke up good?
I did. I woke up. We went to the gym. We weren't feeling it on the way there or when we stepped in, but super happy we pushed through it.
That's good. You guys wake up at 7 in the morning for those workouts, right?
6.
Oh, yeah,
There.
Heath,
Be
you
there
were
at 7.
You were up and at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same
Feels
here.
really, really good, right?
So good. Finally getting that slumber in, being on a good track.
Yep.
It's the best vibe.
What time
Waking
are you,
up early.
What time are you falling asleep every night to wake up at 6 in the morning?
Midnight.
I think we went to bed, maybe around midnight. I had trouble falling asleep last night, though. So I think I might have tossed and turned until 1.
Oh, well, that's not enough sleep.
I feel like we never do.
You're going to get those
no matter
eye
what
bags
time
again.
to go to
Baby,
bed.
I already got the bags.
I know.
No matter what time I go to bed, I'm always up at 3 in the morning. Just play with Dean for a second, occupy him, walk around the house, just anything that has
crazy.
to quickly get done, and then I'll just go back to sleep. Because if I'm up, I have a hard time falling back asleep. So 3 o'clock, Dean's walking all over me. I'm like, all right, let's go do something.
I'm just trying to cut off not looking at TikTok before I go to bed because I'll always find something interesting and then I'm down a fucking rabbit hole for a whole nother
It's
hour.
really bad.
I got to read myself to sleep. So I've been reading lately. I'm reading A Court of Thorn and Roses by Sarah J. Maas.
What?
Oh, yeah, what was that?
A Court of Thorn and Roses, I think. Akatar.
What is it about?
It's about this fairyland and this girl who's like a human and she has to go live with a bunch of fairies and
slay.
stuff.
Okay, man. I didn't know you were into that.
Apparently it gets kinky. There's a lot of smut in it.
A lot of fairy smut?
I heard it kicks up in the second book, but I'm vibing with it right now.
Mariah, what is that?
Everyone's reading this
Matt,
book.
are you
Matt
touching yourself
loves
while reading?
kinky things.
Yeah.
I like if there is a book that everybody is reading and I see it everywhere I go, I gotta read it for myself.
You get FOMO. You're like, I have to see what the hype is.
Yeah, I gotta see what the hype is. I gotta participate in the culture to see if I want it.
What is it? It's Game of Thrones but kinky.
This is my kind of book.
A Court of
the
Thorn.
court we
Horse and Rose.
Yeah.
Ice cream. Yeah, I would say Game of Thronesy. It's fantasy. It's almost like Lord of the Rings.
It's more fantasy than Game of Thrones.
It's got dragons.
Okay, but if you think about it, Game of Thrones is still kind of realistic if you take away the dark spirits and dragons
and the living dead people.
Oh,
and
yeah, I completely
the
forgot about that.
giants.
Yeah.
But there's kingdoms.
The Raven.
Kingdoms. People are trying to rule over one another. I'm 200 pages in, so I'm still learning the world.
I can't believe you're 200 pages in any book.
Can't imagine.
I can't imagine that.
It's the only way that calms my brain down at the end of the day.
That's crazy.
I would love to try to pick up a book.
Zane, we imagine. Okay,
like a summer project.
Sorry, Matt, but the three of us, we start a book club. The three of us try to read.
Yeah, but it's secret. Matt finds out months later that we've been meeting up for a secret book club every month, and we just hit him.
He's like, "What have you been reading?" It's like Dr. Seuss. It's just their children's book, but it's
two fish, three fish.
So, Mariah, how did One Fish, Two Fish make you feel? Well, I think.
I don't know. I really like the way he was numbering them and coloring them. I think he.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we have a great episode ahead. We have so much to talk about. Mm-hmm. So let's roll that intro, baby.
Let's do it.
It's coffee time, baby. Let's go. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba.
Yeah, baby.
Welcome back to another episode of Unfiltered. I'm Zane.
I'm Heath.
I'm Matt.
I'm Mariah.
And this is our 231st episode. Welcome back.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Thanks for sticking with us for this long.
We I know some of us have been on some trips lately. Matt, I think you went to 3 weddings.
I mean, I did 2 weddings in a row, this past weekend and the weekend before. Yes.
And these are all. What was this one?
This one was for our good friends Katie and Lane.
Katie and
Austin
Lane.
and Lane Armstrong, but she is now Katie Armstrong. And it was
Armstrong.
Like Lance?
Like the Armstrong family?
Yeah, Lance Armstrong. I actually think I might be related, though, to the groom because his mother's maiden name is King, and I got to meet like a bunch of other kings at this wedding. Like when I walked up and there was they have the things that you take to know where your table is, and it's all alphabetical order. And right when I pick up mine, I see Kevin King, which is my brother's name.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's a Kevin King at this wedding. I got to meet this Kevin King. And the man next to me goes, I'm Kevin King.
Oh, that's
it's like, nice to meet you.
He's 75. I'm Kevin
I mean,
King.
I think he was like probably like late 60s.
You should do that.
But,
do the little the A24. The what's the
23andMe?
23andMe. 23andMe.
I would love to.
Yeah,
I know
you're related to them.
My dad has traced down so much of our genealogy. I would love, though. I feel like 23andMe, they can find your connection to people who are really closely related to you. But I wish the database was like, tell me how much percentage I am related to, like you.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they only do that with like celebrities on these genealogy shows.
Yeah.
Like, they tell Ashley Tisdale that she's related to Austin Butler, or that Ed Norton is related to Pocahontas.
They must
tell
be
me that stuff.
They must be doing some deep like they must be overworking to get that information though. That's something probably a system can't like.
We're in the day of AI. Come on, let them just figure it out. But who knows the drama that would unfold though if they gave that information out to anybody.
You've been to so many weddings, right? I feel like you've been to more weddings than most people I know. What is like one of the few things that you've noticed in any wedding that like you're like, damn, I want to do that in my wedding, or something that you saw really worked that you can share with Heath and Mariah on something maybe they can do in their wedding.
Okay, Zane.
I'm just trying to help out.
Some of that.
Yeah, I know y'all are stressed out about that, man.
Well,
so
no, we're not.
I just want to make it as easy as possible for you guys.
Okay.
For your wedding.
I say, our wedding's already happened. I wouldn't have changed a thing.
Yeah, not
yours
yours specifically, but like just like in general.
But
just like,
the one that I've noticed from the two that I've gone to, in both of these couples were, I would say, influencer couples, their whole business is making content.
Yeah.
Both weddings had at least somebody on their photography or content team who was definitely taking, editing posts and posting it like
live,
or at least like the next day. Like they went through and made.
What do you mean, like they were posting it, or it was being sent to them immediately to post?
I bet that they were looking through all the photos, picking all the right ones, running it by them, going, "Do you like this? Do you like this?" And then it went out
while the wedding is happening.
Because because for us, a lot of our photos were taken on film, and they have to go and edit that. We didn't get our photos, I feel like, immediately back until a month or two later.
Yeah,
we still got some selects, but that was like such a thing right after your wedding. You want
to be able to like.
You're still entertaining people. You really don't even get time by yourself after your wedding to go through content. Because like when you're an influencer, that takes time to sit down and go through all this shit. Both of these couples were so quick on the turnaround with the content. And I was talking about that with Patricia. I'm like, should we have done that? Would we have liked doing that? And Patricia was kind of like, actually, I mean, it's awesome that they had that, but I don't think it would have been like really worth it that much, or that how necessary it is. We need to turn around content.
Yeah, especially in that moment. I think the last thing I'm thinking about is like content, especially in like if I was getting married, I know I'm gonna have a couple drinks at me. The last thing I want to do is go through photos and see what I want to post right there in the moment.
Yeah,
you know, I think that's like a really hard thing to do.
I think both of these couples whose weddings we were at, though, one was the former bachelor, so for him, the wedding is a big deal. A lot of the world is like paying attention.
It was Nick?
It was Nick Vial.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So that was very important for him to like share to the world what the wedding is.
Sure.
And then Katie, I believe her wedding was also one of those like people exclusive ones too.
Okay.
Where they really needed to get that content out.
Yeah, I think Remy did something like that, right? She had like a people's exclusive like
for her
proposal. Yeah. Okay.
So I was really impressed with that, and that was just something like Patricia and I talked about. We go, would we have liked that? I think it would have been nice for the peace of mind, because right after the wedding, you're like, oh, we got to post. Maybe I'll wait till the honeymoon to really sit through and post something.
Food. Was it buffet style, family style, sit down?
What have you seen like work the best with all the weddings you've been
I
to?
personally prefer buffet style because I think sometimes people's appetites aren't always on like this same wavelength. Some people aren't hungry when you are being told to sit down. Also, the party's going on. If people want to party, go let them party.
Yeah.
So one wedding I went to was buffet style. I kind of like that more than the sit down. But the sit down is nice because you really get to bond with the table. And there does seem like there is time, though, for people to give speeches. It all depends on the rhythm of what you, as the host of your wedding, want the people to experience.
To add to that, my brother's wedding, and also there was another wedding. This one was like an Indian wedding that I went to, and I think most of the time they do buffet style Indian weddings that I've been to. I've been to more Indian weddings than American weddings. Yeah. They, including my brother's, buffet style, I've noticed has been just the easiest and the smoothest that I've seen. Like people getting up, it's like table by table, they'll get up so they can keep shit running, like, and people making speeches and music and all that and it makes the eating or the dinner portion, like the prep, so much less of a hassle. You know, when you're sitting there and everyone's getting their food, it just seems that it takes such a long time. Buffet style, I felt like you got to the party much quicker. And I think that like made it more enjoyable.
Who doesn't
in my
love a buffet,
wedding.
baby? You pick what you want.
Exactly. And they'll have it out throughout the whole time so people can go back for seconds, for thirds.
Yeah.
While people are like out dancing and people get hungry. So
and
like,
you RSVP so early that you're like, all right, I'll probably want chicken.
Yeah.
And then the wedding comes around, you see someone with the steak, and you're like, damn, I should have gotten the steak.
Mariah, every single time. Every
love-
time
I'm a
I get the
buffet
wrong
gal.
thing.
Yeah.
Every time I'm
You ever lie when they come up to you? You're like, and we're having the chicken, right?
No, I didn't.
I did.
You like see somebody else. You're like, no.
Yeah.
I entered.
You know what they usually do? Like what they'll do? They'll just give you that one for free. They'll be like, yeah, don't worry about it. Well,
Were they
it's our mistake.
charging you at a wedding?
No. But they'll just assume that it was a mistake and just bring you that second place. So you get to, you know me. I like to have everything.
You get a little bit of choice, a little a la carte.
The RSVP is just to give the chefs an idea of how much they have to make for everything.
Yeah.
So it's okay if some people switch their plates.
Because I think they always make a little bit more just in case.
Yeah.
And that usually goes to me. That
Yeah.
little more.
But buffet style.
I love
through and
buffet
through.
style, and I like family style for certain things.
Oh, that's how it kind of was at our table, actually, was family style. Like, you got your chicken and your beef, but everything else was family style.
Yeah, I like the bringing stuff around, and then you kind of like pass it, but like in small groups, because if it's like big, it kind of like loses order, and then you kind of might not get something.
Some people have never done family style. So like we went to a wedding once where it was family style and it was the long tables and they were passing it. And there was a point where me, Heath, and Zane didn't get any food because the people next to us were passing it across all of a sudden. So all the food was gone and we had to like ask the waiter, like, do you think you can bring out?
I was pissed. I didn't get to have the
You wanted the ravioli. Yeah.
I never got to have the ravioli, and I was the most excited for ravioli because it looked amazing. And they were doing the family style where you're passing the plate over, but they kept on not passing it down because we're on the end of the table.
But yeah, I do like that style though, especially like if it's like. Yeah, it's like the little bits in front, and then we did go to another friend of ours' wedding who had buffet style, but like 4 different types of food.
Yeah, they had
which was
every
really cool.
corner of the room was a different style. So there was like a pasta station, there was like a Asian station,
a taco Mexican station, and that was cool. So you could.
So it wasn't crowded.
Yeah.
There was probably like maybe 200 people at that wedding, so it wasn't like this. It wasn't small, wasn't big. But it was nice. Everybody was spread out. Everybody went to their styles, and it wasn't. You didn't have to wait in line.
I also like when the food bar or whatever the buffet situation is kind of in a different room too.
Yes.
So the whole room doesn't smell like food, or just like food that's sitting out.
My brother's was in a different room.
That's
so
a
we'd
nice
all go
touch.
sneak into the room, grab it.
I like that.
Nice touch.
Now that you say like the different genres, it sounds very expensive, but I think for my wedding, I'd want like every genre of food.
I know, me too.
Like just like taco station, Indian
Zane's
station.
decorated like a food court.
Yeah, so I think you know how everybody puts their money into like flowers or the charcuterie board. I think mine would go all into the food. So everyone's gonna be eating on paper plates. Everyone's gonna be eating on like picnic tables and all that shit. It's gonna be real rundown.
Plates.
But that food is gonna be high end,
Banging.
5-star. Yeah, it's because think about it. Like no one's gonna think about the plates. You go to a wedding, you're gonna think about what the food, the music. And
I've thought about that. I'm like, why not just like like plates don't matter.
Yeah.
You know what
Paper
I mean?
plates.
People just want the food and they want the dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Like if
Just
it
give 'em a
saves
good
money,
time.
yeah. Like you think, like when you go to a wedding, there's things you don't really think about. Like people aren't like, these are really ugly flowers. Like nobody gives a shit.
really remembers that stuff.
Yeah, they're like, is the music good? Are we having a good time?
People
Right.
remember how they felt.
Yeah. Mariah, you have the most expensive steak for everyone. Yeah, everyone's so thrilled, but it's plastic fork and knives, and they can't go through it. They're like, shit.
Or those utensils that are plastic but they look metal.
Yeah.
You got like the sporks going on.
Clean
I
up would
like
be
those.
easy.
Yeah, it's so easy.
Everybody just gets like one sheet of like a paper towel rip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a vibe. I like it.
Do it like a shrimp, like a seafood boil. All the food is just poured out on the table
you
in
know
front of
that's
you.
been done before too. Everyone just has to wear
100%.
gloves.
Yes.
And they got the trash can like cut out
yeah,
in the
you
middle
got
of
that
it, and they're just
plastic bag.
shelling out it right there. People are coming by, just taking the bucket.
Sucking on them.
Oh, imagine a Korean barbecue wedding.
I love that.
Every table has like the thing.
A grill.
Hibachi table.
Hibachi.
Come on.
Getting married at a Benihana is crazy.
All
bet
the
it's been
tables
done.
have their own hibachi
Right,
chef.
Yeah.
You know
Yes.
how cheap that would be?
That actually wouldn't be bad.
Because the hibachi
at all.
restaurant would be like, well, we've never done that before, so
Just book out. Just
Rent
book out
the-
the whole spot.
you know what? No, we'll give it to you for free because it's an experiment. It's like we want to see if it works.
And they seat a lot of people. Those places are big.
Look at Mariah's. She's actually thinking
And
about
you're
it.
right at the mall if you need like an outfit change.
We all go through the mall. There, you know those like bars that are attached to malls? We're just walking through the mall. And
There's usually like a Dave and Buster's after party.
Mariah, we'd make it on TikTok so fast. It's my
kinda
wedding.
like it.
You guys would make it on TikTok so fast, and everybody, you'd probably get bad press, but like everybody would talk about it.
We should do a East Coast wedding and a West Coast wedding, and we'll do it at Benihana.
Yeah.
There
So
we
down
go.
for that. That's so cool.
There we go.
That is so cool.
Right, get press all in there. People's choice. I mean,
Zane-
people's.
Zane, talk about press. Who the hell are
Press.
we?
The fortune
You're gonna be
cookie,
like, who?
the fortune cookie, like the message is from like the bride and groom, like thanking you for
Yeah.
coming to the wedding, what they love about you.
Oh, and then the entertainment, shrimp.
She's
the
catching it in her veil, like just like netting the shrimp.
Oh, instead of throwing a bouquet, you throw zucchini, and everyone has to.
The bride and groom on top of the cake are like the little pea man.
The bride and groom are on the hibachi thing and they're tapping it and it's like blowing smoke out the top like the onions.
That would be the talk. Like that would be the wedding of the of the decade, though. You should think about it.
I think it'd be a hit.
I'm seeing if anyone's done it.
Benihana
Hibachi
wedding.
wedding.
Sure.
There we go. It's been done.
Wow.
That's let me guess, 2010. Wow.
You still got to wait for a table.
Respect.
Hi. Yes, we do have a wedding currently on this side, but we'll take you. They still couldn't like give you the whole
Bride's
venue
just sitting there waiting, like,
Wait,
no, go ahead.
this is crazy.
in the seating area.
This is crazy.
I would love to go to one of those crazy, like, tacky themed weddings, though. Like, people who get married at, like, Disneyland. Like,
Yeah.
send me that invite. Like, I don't think I know anybody who would have their wedding at, like, a medieval times
Yeah.
or a place.
Oh, medieval times is a good one.
Like you take that whole middle area, you put seats all in there, you get married right at, I mean, there's medieval freaks that
And
want
then
to
they
get married there.
after the show they move like the horses and then you like go down and you dance in the little
the
horse ring. It's just like
That still has to probably be as expensive as a normal, like, you would
Yeah.
spend on a wedding booking out medieval times
Yeah.
for it. Like, are you sure, like, your daughter, who, like, you're paying for her wedding, you're like, are you sure you want to do
and she's
this,
like,
sweetheart? Like,
Wait,
so-
wait, catch this. So you have your wedding in medieval times, right? But so everybody, like all of us, this is for my wedding. Okay. Imagine my wedding, Game of Thrones themed. We're going to all sit in the horse ring, like where the sand is. We're going to have all the seats where all my closest friends and family all sit, right? And then we sell tickets for everybody that wants to come watch the wedding of the century.
Of
And they
the
can all
century.
then they all sit around. They're getting fed. They're watching a show.
it's a
But-
good way to recoup that money that you're paying to do it.
But it's like, but it could be like a stage wedding, right? There's like fights, there's chaos, there's I object.
Jason's like the jester. Like,
You can make it a whole show. Like come up with fake scenarios, make it a show.
It could be fun.
pay-per-view. We sell it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I feel like why hasn't that been done yet?
I bet it has. We just haven't heard about it from like
medieval times wedding.
I tried. It's just medieval themed. I can't
shit.
What else do you call that place?
I think medieval times. No.
I did. That's what it's called.
I feel like they would have a wedding tab on their website too, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Before we continue, we want to give a big thank you to our sponsor of this podcast, Shopify.
Ooh, you hear that, Heath? Mm-hmm. That's the sound of another sale on Shopify, baby. And the moment another business dream becomes a reality.
Shopify is the commerce platform revolutionizing millions of businesses worldwide.
Whether you're selling candles, merch, coffee, perfume, slime, Shopify simplifies selling online and in person so you can focus on successfully growing your business.
And Shopify covers every sales channel from an in-person POS system to an all-in-one e-commerce platform. It even lets you sell across social media marketplace like TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram.
And packed with industry-leading tools ready to ignite your growth, Shopify gives you complete control over your business and your brand without having to learn any new skills in design or code. Because, I'm really bad with that kind of stuff.
And thanks to the 24/7 help and an extensive business course library, Shopify is there to support your success every step of the way.
As you guys know, whenever Heath and I sell any merch, any coffee, literally anything, Shopify is the way to go. They simplify everything and put everything in one dashboard.
And it just makes it so simple. It's so easy to use and you could just follow along and it does all of the heavy lifting for you.
Baby, for the past few years, Heath and I have been dead serious, and now it's time for you to get serious about selling and try Shopify today.
So if you're ready to sign up for your $1 per month trial, all you have to do is go to shopify.com/unfiltered, all lowercase.
Again, go to shopify.com/unfiltered to take your business to the next level today.
One more time so you don't forget, that's shopify.com/unfiltered.
This is Possibility powered by Shopify. Thank you so much, Shopify, for sponsoring today's episode. We love you. Well, you went to a wedding?
Yes, I went to a wedding. Yes, I would say one of the top 3 best weddings I think I've ever been to.
Oh, wow. Nice. That's nice. Okay.
Like I want to say it's number 1, but also it was incredible.
Yeah,
I don't even want to be ranking a friend's wedding. It was one of the best. They did such a fantastic job.
Okay, good.
And the weather was great. Loved it all.
Okay, what'd you and Mariah do?
We just got back from a wedding.
Nice.
My cousin got married.
Yeah, what's her name?
His name is TJ Amato.
TJ Maxx.
TJ Maxx.
All right.
Yeah, we went to a wedding in Jersey. It was fun.
It was cute. It was like a barn one, like country kind of themed.
Yeah.
They're the 2 DJs, like the MCs, were line dancing instructors. So they were the DJ and then they would jump down and teach everyone the dances.
But like perfect job because like they're so good at like moving people and like controlling a crowd.
The flow of this wedding, I'm all about the flow of the wedding. It was nonstop. Everything was perfect. It's like
good. It was really good.
They got married. We walked inside. We did cocktail hour. They opened the barn doors. We went in, sat down. We got served. We came down, we danced. They made an announcement. They danced everybody to the dessert table. It was like the perfect.
Everybody had dessert, and then after that, back to the dance floor.
What line dance were they teaching you guys?
Literally
all of them.
every single one you could imagine.
Went from like the classic country to
like Copperhead Road
to Ed Sheeran's like, ooh, I love it when
I'm loving that Shabuzi song.
Shabuzi.
Oh my. Good Lord. It's, dude, yeah, man. It's like Tipsy. You know the song Tipsy, like 1, here comes the 2 to the 3.
Yeah.
It's like this country version.
Oh.
That fucking slaps. It's like the new, what was the Lil Nas X song?
Old Town Road?
It's like taking over like Old Town Road.
Oh, wow. Okay. I got to check it out after.
Cola Brandt's daughter did like a little TikTok dance for it. I was like, I was in the kitchen trying to learn it. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing with my life?
Even Cola Brandt's daughter did a TikTok.
She choreographed
it.
She choreographed it.
She's like 10 years old.
I'm not like, did you see Cola Brandt's daughter?
Man, that's what I was like, that's random.
No, I'm not like, no, Cola Brandt's daughter came up with the dance.
She made a new dance that went viral.
Yeah.
Everyone's been doing it. Okay, that makes sense.
I just like it because there's that little move with the
footwork.
The footwork one, and that one took me years to learn.
Mariah, I died at the Dasha one. She tried doing the Dasha TikTok. You know Dasha, the with your boots stop
working.
She tried to do it.
And the boots stopped working.
Click-clacked. She clicked, bro. I had to watch that 10 times. I could.
It was such perfect timing when it happened too.
And her click-clack went to the music. Like,
stop working. Did your truck break down? I was like, did your truck?
Was that on purpose?
No. Are you crazy? I'm in freaking 6-inch heels. They're probably 4.
It was good. It was good. Very good.
Have you seen the little girl on TikTok? The little blonde girl. She's like a little person.
Cola Brandstar?
And she line dances though.
No,
it's adorable. She's really good.
Not a lot of kids come up on mine.
No, it's like an adult, but she's like a little person.
Hey, he just Kendrick you right there.
I'm not talking about watching little girls. I'm talking about she's an adult.
No.
She's a little person.
You know how like you know when you have like a deviated septum, you need to get it fixed. I have a deviated septum in my ear. I feel like I need to fix every hole in my body because nothing fucking works.
Have we talked about this? Getting your ears cleaned? Have you done it? Like the proper medical?
I did it. I did it maybe like 3 years ago.
I think you just like are hard of hearing.
What?
I want to get it done so bad. Like when I like clean my ears, it's not that much wax, but I'm like, what's deeper down there?
Oh no, there will be clumps of black that'll come on my ear. You're right. I need to go back and do it because you could do it like an urgent care or something.
Oh,
like
really?
It's easy as urgent care.
I think you could buy one of those things and it's like that little. It's almost like a neti pot that you pour in.
I don't trust myself to do it.
With the camera? Like I don't get how people have their phones out and sticking that in there and are like. I feel like I would just like spaz out and just blood would just start coming.
I would just not trust myself doing it.
The ear is the most like sensitive.
It is crazy how sensitive your eardrum is.
It's your tiniest bones in your body.
Didn't you fuck up your eardrum one time? Or was that maybe that was my little brother?
No, the only thing that ever happened to me when I was younger, I used to put things into my ears. And I stuck the end of a pencil down in my ear.
Jesus.
And I was just jamming it in, and then the eraser like fell out in my ear. And then I think it like got stuck or something.
You never got it out.
We had to go get it out, but then I got an ear infection in that ear from it being down in my ear.
Ooh. And you never did you tell somebody you had it in your ear, or you just left it alone?
I can't remember if I waited or if I was embarrassed or what it was. But it started hurting really bad, and then they...
Yeah, I went to the hospital. I got, those like stick-on like rubies, or like it looks like a little diamond. You put them on your face.
We used to do fake earrings.
Yes,
them,
just like those. I was playing with one of those, and I was watching Star Wars, and I like put it deep in. I was trying to make it like an earring, but then I just stuck it in my ear, and it wouldn't come out. And I was like at daycare, and I'm like, fuck.
And it's a sticker too.
Yeah.
So it's in there.
It was deep in there, and my dad came, and luckily I fessed up. I'm surprised I didn't keep it a secret. Mm-hmm. My dad was like, damn it. Okay, fine. We got to go to the hospital and get this taken out of your ear.
I remember hearing one morning my mom was screaming at my dad. He always like cleans his ears with Q-tips.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess one morning he just stuck it in too deep and he pulled it out and the whole swab part stayed in his ear.
Oh, no.
So he just had the stick. And it was so deep in there they couldn't get it out. My mom's trying to grab it with tweezers, and then they had to take him to the doctor to go get that removed too.
Such an embarrassing, like stupid accident,
He claims it was because they were like the off-brand ones that were like the plastic tube.
Yeah,
and they're like, I guess easier to slide off. And it was just like
remember in that Jackass movie when Johnny Knoxville shoved a toy car in his ass. And he goes to the doctor, but he doesn't tell them there's a toy car in his ass.
What?
And he's like, "Hey doc, there's like something." I think this is what I remember. Like I don't remember him saying what was in there.
They put a toy car in a condom.
That's
and then lubed up the condom and then put it up his ass. and then he goes to the doctor acting like just something feels weird. Yes. Can we get an X-ray?
Yeah. And then
real?
They look at the X-ray like, oh my God.
It was like that poor old.
Just like the way it looked when they showed it, I died. Hilarious.
How did they get that up there that far?
Matt, they were doing crazy shit, man. I mean, you can get pretty much anything up your ass if you try.
Oh man.
Because if you think about it, a toy car is smaller than a penis.
Steve-O's still doing stunts.
I don't think so.
I think they're too old for that.
When we did that dry ice thing, and he came over, we did it like in Elton's backyard.
I forgot we did that.
We put a bunch of dry ice in the pool just for the vibe,
yeah,
just to be like, woo. But no, Steve-O comes over and he's going to jump off the roof and do a flip, I think, into the pool. And I remember, and even though Steve-O is the most trained stunt professional ever, he's done so many things. I remember in that moment being like, I cannot watch this happen.
Yeah, like what? Like if something happens, we're all here.
Like out of all people, the world is just like, you guys killed Steve-O.
Yeah,
way to go.
Yeah,
I remember going inside to watch him do that flip, and he nailed it.
But then I also kept thinking, like, this guy has done the craziest shit in the world. I'm sure he's looking at this as like a piece of cake.
I'm just like, how? But he couldn't tell where the edge of the pool was.
Yeah,
but he nailed it.
Yeah, because it was smoky. You couldn't see anything.
And that's what made it Jackass.
Oh, the most insane thing happened to us on our way back to come to LA. So we took Dean with us, and traveling with him is pretty easy. We just have like the little pet carrier, and then when you like go through TSA, you have to like take him out. You walk through with him, and you just like send the bag through, whatever. And then once he gets through, you can put him back in the bag, right?
Was he meowing? Was he putting up
he just sleeps the whole time.
He's super chill.
Yeah.
No pee, no poop?
Nothing.
No.
And he won't eat. He's very anxious, but he's a quiet anxious where like he won't eat, he won't go to the bathroom. We'll take him out like we usually do like a layover. So we'll take him out in like a quiet corner and just like have him stretch, but he's quiet. He's a hit on the plane. Everybody wants to see him.
Yeah.
Adorable.
He's really sweet. He's very calm during.
Yeah.
So you get him through security.
So we go there, everything's fine. And then on our way back, we ran into a bit of an issue. It was when we were leaving Allentown, and it's like a small airport. There's like, not that many people there.
It feels like if Schitt's Creek had an airport.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very every time we fly, we're the only ones in the airport.
Yep.
And those are the best though.
Like
They're the best.
Kalamazoo.
They're always the cleanest. They're like the staff is just leaning up against the walls, and they're like, "Come on down."
It's every time I
They're
go
on
through,
their
you know
phones.
them.
Yeah. So go ahead.
So we got him, we got our bags, whatever. So we go through, we put our stuff on the conveyor belt thing, and then they have Mariah take Dean out, walk him through, and then I'm like putting the rest of the stuff up on the tray to like slide through. I walk through, everything's good. We start getting our bags, and our one suitcase gets pulled aside, which normally happens.
It's not new. What we haven't, so we bring it, if we bring Dean, we bring a carry-on suitcase, and we bring a travel litter box.
Like a collapsible folding one.
Anything travel for Dean, we keep it in there so that we have it for him for the layover. So it's a travel litter box. We have the litter in there. Every time it gets stopped and then they open it, they're like, okay, good, you're good to go. Like it's just whatever. So we get pulled aside. We're like, okay. We told them right away. We're like, oh, it's the litter. And he goes, all right, we'll just like make sure and then you'll be on your way.
So he opens it up and he's looking at it. I'm like, okay, are we good? And
is it like a closed litter bag where it's like in a...
No, it's like a zipping, like picture like a litter box, like a tin, like rectangle, but
like
it
canvas
zips.
material.
Okay.
Got it.
It
Okay.
zips up. There's a lid to
Okay.
it. Yeah, you could fold it. It can tip. Like,
but there's litter
secure.
in it. So they pull it aside. He opens it up and he's looking at it. I'm like, yeah, it's litter. It gets stopped, whatever. And he's like, yeah. He goes, we're gonna need to test this.
The litter.
I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh, this is disgusting.
Like,
and then
so
he calls
embarrassing.
over somebody. He's like, we need to get this tested. So I'm like, okay. So then he's like, do I just dump it out right here on the table?
They're calling over.
I'm
They're like,
sitting there,
what do we do with this?
And we had just left. Dean went to the bathroom right before. So there's like little
This is an Allentown airport?
Yeah, and there's like little nerds clusters.
Just a poop?
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's natural.
The forbidden nerds rope. That,
Yeah. Thank you.
So, so I'm looking at it. I'm mortified because this guy is now like hands in the cat litter.
Heath is
People are walking by like...
yeah, Heath is volunteering. He's like, do you want me to sift through? Like, I just feel really bad because he just went. We didn't have time to like clean it out.
Yeah,
and now it's starting to cause like a scene.
And Dean was probably so embarrassed at this point.
Yeah, I mean, people are looking like, okay, this is the first picture, so this is them. So they take a little sample and then they put it onto the paper thing.
This green is the litter box.
It kind of looks like
Mariah, thank you. I'm like trying to picture this.
It looks like gunpowder. Like,
yes, that's what I imagine. But we've been stopped before. They just open it up, they close it, and they give it back to us. And I'm like, it does look like some sort of like explosive.
So
They've probably never seen anything like that.
it's normal cat litter.
No, I know, but it's like, it's Allentown Airport. I feel like they've never seen anything like this.
I don't think they've seen a cat. Yeah. So,
People don't travel with their cats.
Yeah,
in Allentown.
you're right.
So he has to get this little device here, and it's basically like he pulls out a strip and it's sticky on one side, so he has to like dip it into the litter so that almost like a baby bottle pop.
Yeah.
So you have to dip it in and have it stick and pull it out, but it wasn't
It's
sticking.
disgusting.
And he's calling over the boss and he's like, it's not sticking. Like, what do we do? He's trying to scoop it and balance it because then he has to shove it back into like the slip like a credit card.
Grinding because it's like sand and he's like jamming it in this like little machine. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
They're making calls and they
Yeah.
have to like, they call Heath on the other side of the rope and they're like, we need to pat you down. I don't know what the device said, but he said it came up red.
So it tested positive for explosives.
What's Dean eating?
Well, then I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, now I'm concerned that my cat
Now we're worried about the litter. We're like, what the hell is in this litter, Arm & Hammer? Love ya.
So
Love
apparently
ya.
they ran it through the testing kit and it came back positive for what they were trying to stop for, I guess, people smuggling explosives.
That's insane.
my.
So
the
now-
look on their face when it turned red, they were like,
It went from like joking because we were all laughing about it with the people were like, haha, sorry, this
and I
is
was like,
awkward.
well, this is probably the most exciting thing to happen to you all day. He's like, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then it's positive.
Oh,
and then now we're
no.
like laughing.
It's positive. Boop.
Busted.
So then it got really serious. And then like I start getting like panicky because I don't know. Like what do you do? So then he's doing like this full pat down search on me. He's going through everything and I'm like,
Well, yeah, you're trying to sneak explosives on a plane.
and then he goes through that and then he goes, now bring the bags over again.
He was like, where's the cat? Like we didn't have a cat. He goes, let me see the cat. I'm like,
I thought they were going to like check Dean.
Oh, like we need to go in.
Yeah, and
Through
then
the
I started
rear.
like thinking like poor Dean's about to get like
Oh my god!
and then so they start opening up all the bags again and then they're going through it.
thank God we got there early because we were cutting it close.
It was a
Are you guys
fiasco.
on a time crunch at all, or
It's
you're
getting
fine?
closer.
It's getting close. We got there an hour early, but
It's Allentown.
it's Allentown.
Airport,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you feel like international
but
spies?
we were the last ones on the plane. We had to run.
They
onto the
were
plane.
waiting for us.
Yeah, we were walking and like the airport's so small that like we weren't at the gate yet. We were still like halfway. We can see it in the distance. And the girl at the counter's like, "Are you Heath and Mariah?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And we ran.
Oh my!
But then they cleared us and they said, "You're gonna have to empty this out. You're gonna have to leave the airport, empty it out, come back in with your ID and your
So we had to go dump this litter box, come back through,
And
go
the
through.
guy told me on the way out, he said, because I told him, I was like, no airports have ever tested it before. Like, do you think we should just not bring litter anymore? He goes, no, the litter's okay. It's just when he goes to the bathroom, the chemicals that mix with the urine comes up as explosive.
Oh, whoa!
Science
So you got to make sure it's
rules.
just fully
It has to
sterile
be clean.
before.
But
Yes.
it was just crazy.
I mean, it was technically chemicals you were bringing on the plane.
Yeah, biohazard.
Biohazardous.
crazy
That's
though.
really. So I'm a little confused by this thing. So you just open it and then the cat just goes on it.
Do you see the green?
Yeah.
That's just like a litter box, and you zip it up. You put the litter inside, and you zip it up, and now it's covered.
Got it. And when the kitty poops in there, you don't
Usually-
need to like remove it.
We usually do,
Yes.
but we didn't have time.
Got it.
Before we continue, we want to give a big thank you to our sponsor of this podcast, Zocdoc.
We all know there are things in life you have to compromise on, like an apartment that's in your budget, but with an upstairs neighbor who plays the drums, or going to the grocery store that's always out of everything just because it's nearby.
But when it comes to your health, there is no compromise. So don't go back to that one doctor who uses your appointment to catch up on the latest headlines, their family group chat, their crossword puzzles, just because they're available right now or they take your slightly sketchy insurance.
Instead, check out Zocdoc, the place where you can find and book doctors who will make you feel comfortable, listen to you, and prioritize your health.
And the best part is that you could search by location, availability, and insurance. So literally no compromises here because with Zocdoc, you've got more options than you know. know.
And of course, as you know, Zocdoc is going to make it as simple as possible. Once you find the doctor you want, you can book them immediately. No more waiting awkwardly on hold with a receptionist. Nobody likes that.
And all of these docs all have verified reviews from actual real patients. We're talking about booking an appointment with tens of thousands of top-rated, patient-reviewed, credible doctors and specialists.
You can filter specifically for ones who take your insurance, are located near you, and treat basically any condition you're searching for.
And the typical wait time to see a doctor booked on Zocdoc is between 24 to 72 hours. That's it. You can even score same-day appointments.
If I'm out of the country, I get sick, I don't know what to do, Zocdoc is going to be the thing that I use.
Zocdoc has become so second nature to me that anytime I think about needing a doctor's appointment or going to see somebody, it's the only thing I use. It's so simple. I don't know how I functioned with finding a doctor before Zocdoc.
That's right. That's why you guys need it. Zocdoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare highly rated and network doctors near you and instantly book appointments with them online.
That's right. All you got to do is go to zocdoc.com/Zane and Heath.
Again, go to Zocdoc.com/Zane and Heath and download the Zocdoc app for free. Then find and book your top-rated doctor today.
Thank you so much, Zocdoc, for sponsoring this podcast and making sure we get to the doctor.
But another thing that was interesting that happened, this is just like a fun thing that you would like. We go from LAX to Chicago to Allentown. And we get to Chicago and we're waiting for the next flight and we're sitting there. And this kid comes over to us and he's like a big fan and he's like the sweetest kid, the nicest like high schooler. And he's talking to us and he's like, "Are you guys going to Allentown?" We're like, "Yeah, I'm from there, so we're visiting family." I'm like, "Why are you going?" And he was like, "Oh, I'm going to prom." He's like, with my long distance girlfriend. He's from Iowa. He's going to prom with his long distance girlfriend. And he was like, "She lives in Orfield." And I was like, "Does she go to Parkland High School?" And he was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You're going to Parkland's prom?" I'm like, "That's my prom." Like,
Whoa!
What are the odds?
Whoa!
And then I asked what the girl's name was, and we had a connection. I don't know her personally, but kids that I taught at dance are friends with her. So they all hung out together. I'm like, how'd you meet this girl? Like, what is your story?
Wow.
So that was funny. And then we were like, "Enjoy your time at prom." And then on the flight back,
he's with us.
He's with us on the flight back. We're like, "What's up? How's prom? How'd it go?"
He was
No
like,
way.
"I stayed up all night. I thought I was going to be in bed by like 10, but we had the whole prom night, whatever." And we're like, "Oh, good." And then Mariah was like, "Did they do the
hypnotist?"
The
I wanted to
hypnotist.
ask him because our prom after hours did the hypnotist. And he was like, "No, they said they did it last year, but they gave us a magician instead." I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
I'm sorry.
Was there a theme to their prom?
I don't.
Did you guys have a theme for your prom? You know how like sometimes it's like Hollywood Nights or like
no,
I have a
or
feeling
Under the Sea. Like there's always like a theme for
I have
a
a
prom.
feeling we did, but I don't think it was a big deal because I don't remember it.
Yeah.
I feel like ours was Hollywood.
So
I feel like they were all Hollywood.
I never made it in, so I don't know.
you never made it to prom?
No.
Didn't the dress get stuck or something?
No, so
Zane definitely forgot to pick up his ticket.
no. Who
Who was your date? Did you have a date?
Yeah, she was a senior, but I was already graduated.
You did not. You went to prom as
In
like
reverse?
a full adult.
He was a super senior.
It was a year after senior year, but I never went to prom. I never went to prom.
You didn't go
all
your
four.
actual senior
My
year.
actual senior year, but I did go the next year because she asked me to go, and I was like, sure, yeah, I'll go. And
Matt, wipe that
That's
look
just
off
funny.
your face.
there's
Did you do
nothing
this,
wrong
like-
with that.
Yeah.
She asked me if I wanted to be her date for prom. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go. I didn't get to go, so I get to experience it.
Okay, so you left college campus back to the high school campus. What was her name? Shout her out.
Kelsey.
Shout out to
Kelsey.
Thank you so much, Kelsey, for
Thank
doing
you,
that.
Kelsey. Thank you. I'll remember this moment for the rest of my life. So we were all so we all got on the
But
we got
also,
there.
just to like clear this, her and her group of friends were like best friends with like all of like our group's best friends.
Right.
So it was like,
yeah, like it wasn't weird. It wasn't like a
It was almost like inevitable. Like it was like,
yeah.
oh,
It was.
I'll go with
We
them.
were friends, so I think we went as friends instead of.
Were other seniors like, other students were like, oh, that's cool. She's bringing Zane.
I mean, it wasn't weird.
Yeah,
it definitely
was
wasn't
a different
weird.
time. I feel like
No.
now, is that normal for the people down in the comments? If you're in high school now and you bring someone who's in college, even a year out, is that normal?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
I think the fact that like we were all a big friend group, like
Yeah,
nobody thought anything. Like it wasn't like, oh, you brought a college. It was just like, oh, cool, Zane's coming.
Yeah, and I'm not judging it. I'm just curious.
No, it's funny because I'm thinking about this too. Like, if it happened now, would it be weird?
I think
but
the
we were
only
all
thing,
friends.
like, if a junior was dating a senior, then the senior graduated, but you're still dating.
Yeah,
you would obviously bring him.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah,
I think it's more normal than we think.
But we were all like drinking before the prom, and then and then we get there, and she had a little bit too much to drink, but like this wasn't the reason why this happened, but her dress got caught in the escalator, and she
it keeps ripping
when it gets to the top and the escalator stairs are going like this, it gets stuck, and she trips, and then she falls straight on her face. Just boom. And she was fine, but somebody from the school staff saw that and immediately came up with like, you're drunk. She's like, no, my dress got caught, and you could see
the smell of alcohol.
You could see that the whole dress like got like completely torn from the back, and I think she must have smelt it on her or something, but like she got kicked out, and then I got kicked out.
You had to go in.
I had to go.
No breathalyzing, no law punishment. Just you're
just
gone.
like you got to go and
go get in your car and drive back home.
I didn't get kicked out, but like I obviously just left too. I was like, I'm not gonna stay here.
Take the stairs.
Did you guys have your prom at your school, or did you guys do it somewhere else?
We did it somewhere else, and then the post prom was at the school.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
We did ours at like main event or post prom, and they raffled off a car.
Yeah, us too.
What?
Yeah, someone won a car.
I wonder if we did the same thing.
We didn't have budget like that.
They did post prom. To prevent kids from doing after parties, and they made the post prom really fun, and it was really fun. Kids would sneak alcohol anyway in the limos, so it was fine.
That's cool.
But you would go, but every hour they would raffle off prizes.
So
like there'd be like
there'd
be like an iPod, and it went all the way up. Then like 6 a.m. was like a car, so it made you stay.
Wait, 6 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah, because they didn't want kids going out.
And I know, but in hotels.
But they did it to 6 a.m.
Yeah, and then people, their parents would come at like 8 in the morning and pick them up. Like,
I mean, you would also feel a lot better.
You didn't have to go. You can leave, but they also had like in between the lockers, they had like masseuses. They had massages. They had the whole gym had like bounce houses.
You play laser tag, bowling.
And then it was like midnight. They had the hypnotist come in, so everyone was in the auditorium. It was just like
they really didn't want kids.
Yeah, I mean, it worked. I stayed. It was fun.
Just you?
She won every prize.
I got the car.
Did your mom work it at all?
No.
I don't. Well, we like had to go because all of our moms were working it, so we couldn't go. We couldn't ditch it because our moms were there.
Trouble.
They'd have been like, "Where are you guys?"
I'm gonna suggest that for my kids. Whatever school they go to, I'm gonna go to the office and be like, "Hey, I had this really fun idea that we could do."
But I won a trip to SeaWorld.
Oh my gosh.
I would have got canceled now, but it was like because SeaWorld was like still okay back then.
Yeah.
The Blackfish documentary hadn't come out.
It was a different time.
It was a different
Truly,
time.
yeah.
The Blackfish documentary hasn't come out.
That was the game. That was the game changer.
Obviously not.
That's so funny. Yeah, I think it's a great idea. There were obviously kids that like didn't think it was cool, and they were like, "We're not doing that."
Yeah,
but I was like, "Guys, this is fun."
It's cool if we all got to do it together, though.
Right.
Like Universal, when we all got to go together, that was fun. You sunk out,
guys. Like this would be our gym for post prom.
Who was your prom date, Mariah?
Ugh.
She got picked up in a helicopter.
In a helicopter.
No, I didn't. I thought I was getting picked up in a helicopter.
Oh, he showed up in a helicopter.
Ooh, hold on.
While they're getting their pictures taken.
There was a kid who
your date.
Yeah. Okay, so we didn't have like, you know how people have junior prom and senior prom? We only had senior prom. Like
Same.
You're a senior, you go to prom. So not that I had anybody in mind, but there was a kid who liked me at the time, but he was a junior. So it did not cross my mind to ask this kid to prom. We were just like hanging out a couple times. The second time we ever hung out, he goes, let's ride like the four-wheelers. He had like a lot of property. I'm like, okay, so we're riding the
more money than you.
We're riding the four-wheelers, and I'm riding behind
I only
him.
got two-wheelers.
And then we're like riding in the field, and then there's like
It's cute. It's romantic.
Like prom spelled out in the field. And I was like, and I'm stuck in the woods with him. I'm like, I can't say no. Now, this kid was like scary. He seemed like Greek mob. He was scary. And I'm like, and I was scared of his dad. And I was just like, I just didn't like him. I was like, this guy's kind of an asshole, but we're stuck in the woods. I was like, I could escape. I have a 4-wheeler, but I don't know where to go. I just was like, okay, like whatever. So I had to go with a junior, number one, which was so embarrassing.
Mortifying.
Oh, a junior asked you to the senior
it wasn't
prom.
His prom.
Yeah, you
I'm like what was
juniors
this?
can't ask.
So
Ooh, that means he had the cojones. He had balls.
It should have been like, can I go to your prom with you?
Right.
Like,
can you
prom?
ask me to prom? Yeah. Like horrible. So I was just like mortified. So not only did I have to go to prom with him,
he's rich.
There was a rumor that he was gonna like
he told people
pick me up in a helicopter
from your parents' house.
From my so we took pictures at my parents' house.
He was telling outlets.
And we had
he got PR for it.
Right.
We had a big yard, and we're taking pictures, and all of a sudden, I'm like, "There's no way! There's no way!" And there's a freaking helicopter landing in my yard, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool.
What? Rope drops down. He upside down rappels.
No.
Mariah's wind in the wind.
He arrives in the helicopter, okay, and I'm thinking I'm going to prom in a helicopter. You know how close I got to this helicopter? One picture, touching the door, and then they left. So he had a grand entrance for senior prom, for our prom, and left. I didn't even get to sit in it.
And all your friends are also there?
Yeah, everyone's like, what the fuck?
Oh, you never got in it.
No. We walked into the doors at prom. That was the last time I ever saw that kid. Never talked to him, never looked at him again.
After you walked into the venue?
Yeah, because I'm like, this is mortifying. I'm not doing this. I have a picture of us with the helicopter.
Right. This explains so much about you, the trauma.
Mortifying.
Who was this kid masterminding this play? Just in bed going, I'm gonna ask Mariah to prom. I'm gonna shave the part of my property. Gonna bring it on the ATVs. Yes, the ATVs. Then I'm gonna get the helicopter. Should I take it? Nah, I'm gonna show up in the helicopter.
He was a jerk off.
Oh my goodness! I can't believe you've never shared that story before.
I think I have.
Mariah,
damn.
I'm sure you and your family laugh about that maybe once every
we never bring it up.
6 months. Really?
My sister does like once a year. I'm like, can you not?
It's so funny.
So I went to that prom. Was horrible, but everybody was just hanging out with everybody when we got there, so it was fun. And then I went to a Catholic school prom, which was more fun.
Yeah,
I thought you were about to say mortifying again.
Those are bad kids. The Catholic school kids are bad kids.
Yeah. I remember the ones that like St. Thomas and what was the other one?
American Heritage was bad.
Oh my everyone God. Had an American Heritage.
The private schools all had crazy money, so it's like the kids weren't like sneaking like little bottles of alcohol. They were bringing like blow to school and like doing crazy drugs.
Shit that like public schools didn't have access to. They were like because they had money.
They're like lawyer parents had like bags of coke around and they'd be stealing their parents' coke.
There's capitalism in schools too.
Prince of Peace, that was a bad one.
Prince of Peace.
Prince of Peace. And I remember there was a girl I was like kind of dating, and she went to Prince of Peace, but her sister went to my school, and she was like, "Let's go have lunch with my sister, and you can come since you guys are kind of dating." But the thing is, and we went into that lunch hour. And they're all wearing private school uniforms. I'm wearing the fucking Billabong jacket with like the fur.
Yeah. That was a hot ass.
Like and I sit down at the table and everyone's heads are looking at me. I'll never forget this.
What school you go to?
And this fucking kid comes over and he puts his arm over me and he goes, "Hey, are you gay?"
Jesus.
And I'm like, "No, like I'm here to see fucking Maddie." Like, and he goes, "Are you gay?" And I'm like, "No." He goes, "All right," and just walked away. And I remember just sitting there like 13, 14 years old, just like, "Mother, get the fuck out of here."
People think movies over-exaggerate. They really don't.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Are you gay? And I'm in my Billabong fur jacket. They're all in there like suit and tie.
Found any way just to ruin your day. Like, let me try to ruin this guy's day that I don't
Never forget that.
That's equivalent to your story where you're like, you said you have a boyfriend? You have a boyfriend?
You have a boyfriend?
Oh, yeah.
Remember you're like...
Oh, what's your name? Matt. Oh, his boyfriend's name's Matt. He just said his boyfriend's name, Matt. God, you remember that.
Good. That's so good.
And I was just sitting there and just tears down my cheeks.
Oh my God, look at that helicopter! That's crazy.
I did not. I think I deleted the one of us standing there because I was so embarrassed.
You deleted
I think
it?
I untagged myself.
Wow.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Did y'all take a limo to prom?
No, we took a school bus.
School bus.
Oh, school bus. Like a yellow school bus?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I forget what we took. I think it was like one of those party bus, like the ones we'll use out here.
Yeah,
No,
like
we-
a Sprinter.
we
Yeah.
took an actual school bus.
It was a joke.
No, it was way cheaper.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, we all split the cost of it.
Can you do that now? Like if we want to just take a school bus somewhere, we could do that?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, wow.
For sure.
It was fun.
Why don't we do that?
Yeah, that would be kind of a flex.
Actually, that would look kind of weird if you saw a bunch of adult men in a school bus. That's not white. A little weird.
We did like a Hummer limo. Yeah, that was
Hummer
a vibe.
limo.
Must be
Hummer
nice.
limo. And we'd like pull over and we would like smoke a blunt.
Before prom.
But I remember being fucking terrified because I'm like, we're going to walk into this fucking prom
you
smelling
cannot
like
hide that.
weed.
No matter how much spray you put on.
I guess prom is all right.
But
It
now
was
that
all right.
gummies, like edibles exist, you can get away with anything in school.
Yeah.
huh?
Just a little dab pen.
Or not. No, that pen you can't
You
really
smell
that.
it in the air, but you don't smell it on you.
Yeah. Damn,
But-
yeah, you could do anything in school. You could even, you could do anything.
Did you guys ever have a Sadie Hawkins dance?
Who?
Who's Sadie Hawkins again?
Sadie Hawkins dances are when the girls ask the guys. Like, remember Sadie Hawkins dance in my khaki pants? Nothing better.
Yeah,
That we're like-
explain it.
No.
Well, it's like an old school tradition where, like, I feel like it goes back to like the 50s that the girls would ask the guys.
Oh, like in heavyweights.
Wait, are there girls in?
Would it be a line of guys and then the girls go up?
They brought like the group of girls and like had a dance for them in heavyweights, and the guys are like standing there around, and they like were too nervous to like dance.
Yeah, but it was called Morp because it was prom backwards. But nobody went to it.
It was a whole separate thing, like a
It was
separate
just
night.
this, like they were trying to make it like this new dance, and it just nobody wanted to go.
Yeah.
I hardly remember the actual prom.
Me too.
I don't think it
I
was
remember
that.
the
It's not
room.
like the movies. It's
Did it
kind
feel
of
like banquet
a little
hall-y? Like
pathetic.
very
Yeah,
quinceañera?
It was at a banquet
Yeah.
hall, but I feel like the lights were on. I feel like it was like
I mean, they have to. They
Ours
did
was-
everything to.
Ours was dark and like loungy. It felt like
What?
Delilah's. But
Matt,
what I didn't like about prom is that it's just your senior class, so it's just smaller than all of the dances you've had before, and so I don't know.
And then the king and queen aren't like you just vote for anybody. You had to be like valedictorian or like you had to be. I don't know the other names of people.
I was nominated. So prom though that night I was so nervous because I'm like I could become prom king.
Matt King, the
I was
prom
in the
king.
court and I didn't get it. Leonard Williams did. Shout out to you, Leonard.
Jordan, who was our prom king?
His name was Legend Born.
Legend. We had a kid in our
There's
class
no
named
way.
Legend
Kidding me?
Born.
Jordan, you made that up.
No, I
His
was
name
not.
is
I was
Legend
Born.
I was
Legend.
running against him.
Jordan.
Yes, I was
You were gonna
nominated.
be prom king.
I was gonna be prom king.
That's
I walked on the
amazing.
football
Come
field
on.
with my mom.
Y'all had to have voted.
Yeah.
You didn't vote for Jordan.
I didn't
I-
go.
How could you
I
compete
remember.
with that? Legend
Legend
Born.
Born.
It's a popularity contest, man. They just saw the name and thought it looked cool. Jordan, I was rooting for you.
Wait, no,
bet you
no,
now
no,
you'd
no,
win.
no, guys, cut all of that. I'm talking about homecoming. I have no idea.
Wait, what's the difference
who
between
prom?
homecoming and?
It's the same thing. Well, like
is
what
it?
is
Oh,
the
it's the same
occasion
thing?
for
Never mind.
homecoming?
Yeah.
Shorter dresses.
Homecoming
Oh, I
is
didn't know.
usually in the fall, and it's also
That's all right. Same
a
thing.
way to welcome back the alumni. Though usually alumni really don't go back. It's like a way of welcoming them back home.
so is it
But it's more, they do a
more college?
parade and all of that. That's
Got
like
it,
that's
okay.
in the fall, and then prom
But
happens.
still, that's a crazy name.
Also, very quick, Zane, do you know who I went to prom with?
Lindsay?
I
No.
did.
no
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Who?
I went to prom with Lindsay Klein.
Lindsay Klein. Yeah, I didn't go
Zane,
with
you
anyone.
got Jordan sloppy seconds.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. I don't know why I didn't go. I think it's like I couldn't afford it, like to go like buy suit and shit, or I just didn't have friends to go with.
Yeah, a lot. There was a big chunk of the class that just did not care for prom. Like everyone's
Yeah.
like, this is gay. That's what they would say.
Yeah.
This is stupid.
Yeah, she. And we were in our scene, you know, you seen like fuck society, fuck the government. I think we smoked cigarettes at Sawgrass Mall on the night of prom. I think we did that instead.
Yeah, it wasn't. It's really not like the movies.
Yeah,
it's really not.
I remember in the bathroom like straightening my hair, and I was like, everyone's at prom, but me.
You didn't miss.
I was straightening my hair in the bathroom at prom.
What?
I was straightening my hair in the bathroom.
Did you bring it? Like have an extension cord, like plugging it in? Like
no, I was with the blow dryer, like with back combing my hair.
The amount of people that would bring their like straighteners and shit to school, insane. I did it a few times too. I'd be in the hallway on the floor.
I had like one of those small ones, like
the travel size ones.
Yeah, just heat that up.
Yeah.
It would still be wet from the shower.
Yeah, it's
just crunching. Just
oh god.
There was a girl took out that she was straightening her hair and all her hair straight in the mirror, and she's like, and she turns around.
You missed the back.
Missed the whole back.
Yeah. That was me. None of my business.
There was still like a time where there was like a scene haircut, but that was basically still like a Karen mom haircut. Like guys would do it all straight and they would spike up the fucking back. And then like Karens were like, actually, that's a fucking do.
That's kind of cute.
You know what? I kind of want that.
I love that.
Men's short scene hair was definitely a Karen.
OG Karen.
100%.
I love seeing a good Karen haircut in the wild where it's like, damn, like that bob is poop.
And it's like ombre from like black to blonde. Like I've seen crazy ones. I'm like, whoa.
And those tips look like they could just cut you. Like it is sharp.
That's Karen spelled KXRIN. KXR exclamation point N.
Yup.
Karen.
Heath or Matt, remember when people post their pictures but sideways? That was I would do that all the time.
Oh yeah.
I would take a mirror picture like this, like horizontal, and then turn it for that aesthetic, for that scene aesthetic.
Wait, before we finish though, I do want to talk about the Drake Kendrick situation.
All right, Jordan, you ready?
Yes.
Jordan, it's your time to shine, baby.
Okay, so apparently there's a hot drama happening in the rap world. A lot of us, or all four of us, I don't think really know what's going on. But
we're gonna have to bring in our expert.
It's been going on for a long time, though. Too.
It has?
I mean, like the beef and the
happened.
tension's been like,
but
it's accelerated over this past month.
So Jordan here, he's a big fan of Drake and Kendrick, and he knows all the tea from what's going on. So we're gonna have him educate us and dive in.
I feel like
head first into the story.
I'm on MSNBC News.
Oh no, you are.
Jordan, you are the source right now. So we've seen a little bit of clips, snippets of songs of the diss tracks.
I personally have not seen anything. The only time I heard is when we talked about the other day for 5 seconds, and I was like, "Wait,
really?
I don't know what's going on."
Yeah, there's that one that everybody's doing a dance to now. It's like, what's that one little snippet of the Kendrick song?
There's dances to it now.
Yeah, people are going in on it.
People are really eating this shit up.
No, it might be what's his name? Metro's song. Because Metro, I'll get into it, but Metro has a beat right now for BBL Drizzy.
This coming from Jordan is wild right now.
He put out a beat He put out a beat called BBL Drizzy so that anyone can try to make a freestyle on the beat and win $10,000 for it.
Oh shit, like a cipher.
Have you made a...
And he's gonna apparently like publish it. I just found out about that today.
Jeez.
Because I was asked, did I submit a song yet? And I am going to.
We're gonna walk out of here, and he's gonna turn the audio recording equipment back on, and he's gonna come in here and make his rapping.
Jordan, I approve. You should do it.
Okay, well, this like Drake and Kendrick have not been friends since like 2013.
Okay,
like, or they've just been just throwing each other under the bus, like not liking each other, like disrespectful comments.
Is there a specific reason why they've not liked each other?
Industry.
I mean, they're the top biggest MCs like in the game. I feel like they're all trying to compete for the top of the throne.
Absolutely no. I understand that. I just didn't know if there was a specific situation that made the two not like each other starting in 2013.
I think it's probably it's behind the raps kind of beef, maybe.
Yeah, I mean they kind of talk about it in the songs that they diss each other in.
Got it. Okay.
All right. So
continue.
I would say that right now, what's currently happening, you can say probably started in March.
Okay.
Like March 22nd.
Okay.
But really, this was between Drake, Kendrick, and J. Cole, who are known as the Big Three. And
is that why Kendrick has the Fuck the big three.
It's
just Big Me.
It's just Big Me. Yeah.
All right.
Fuck them all.
But it's making sense now.
He's ready to come clean. He's ready to talk shit.
J. Cole did not like that. Drake did not like that. J. Cole released a diss song first.
He started it.
First, yeah, but just a quick line like, hey Kendrick, what's with that?
Okay. Dip his toe in a little bit. See what will happen.
In his J. Cole way, he just, hey, what's going on?
It was friendly
Next
fire.
day, apologize, deletes the song.
That's us.
Yeah.
That's me with a diss song.
Yeah, for
Sorry. I can't fucking do that.
Nothing triggered him to delete it? Was it the response from fans, or did someone on his team go, you don't know what you're about to get into?
Apparently someone on his team told him that he doesn't know what he's about to get into. And he was like, at one concert, he like sat, crossed his legs and said, hey guys, I just want to address you all. That's not me. What I did yesterday is out of character.
Oh, J. Cole's pretty easygoing. He's kind of a more peaceful guy than anything.
What happened to his career after that?
He wants to be in both places, I think. He wants to be like the chill, like family rapper. But he okay, so after that, we go on to April 13th, Drake.
I love how you have
releases-
dates.
I have a timeline in front of me, but Drake releases the song Push Ups. And Push Ups was Drake's I'm going after everyone. Fuck you, J. Cole. Fuck you, Kendrick. Like everyone, he's just dissing every rapper he can. Metro is mentioned.
Metro Boomin?
Yeah, Metro. Stick to hitting drums, Metro.
Metro Station.
Yeah.
Metro PCS.
So just kind of getting on everyone. And there are people, depending on who you want to be on, like The Weeknd. And right now it's like dividing. Are you team Drake, who has like a bunch of, it's almost like Marvel versus DC.
Ooh, okay. I get it now.
Yes.
I get it now. That's
Drake
what you got to do.
and the Kendrick. Like who's time?
It's tough.
Who are you standing behind? Okay.
Who do I think is more talented, or who do I like more?
I like Kendrick Lamar more. I like his music more.
I think he's more talented as an MC, but I like Drake more.
Drake gets the masses.
Do you like double entendres? Do you like
then you're Team Kendrick.
Then you're Team Kendrick.
I like double entendres.
I like empanadas.
I love entendres.
Drake then releases a AI freestyle using Tupac and Snoop Dogg dissing Kendrick Lamar.
Damn.
And this is where it got very personal for Kendrick. And Drake actually deleted the song. And the reason they think he deleted the song is because they think Kendrick told Tupac's lawyers that Drake is misusing Tupac and for you to go after his song. Which Drake, we know that because Drake talks about it in a song.
Oh, okay.
So this is really where this is like Empire Strikes Back. Kendrick makes his big diss that the entire song is about Drake. From the beginning to the end. And it is called Euphoria. And it's like, Euphoria. That's how it starts.
Okay.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's a fire diss track.
It is crazy.
Are we insulting his character?
Can we
his
pull up
ability
the
to rhyme?
lyrics?
We cannot
read the lyrics.
Yeah.
We can't read the
We
lyrics.
can.
I can tell you what
explain the lyrics,
Euphoria is very much about. Kendrick, I'm a father. I'm a family man. Look at you, Drake. It's very much, you're not the father who stood up. You're the father who's still sitting. You have a problem. You have problems.
Drake is saying this to Kendrick, or Kendrick saying
Kendrick
this to
saying this to Drake.
Okay.
And did it?
Kendrick really standing up for his family.
Shoo, B.
Damn, that's heartfelt. I could see. Yeah.
And didn't he say something about that Drake also has a daughter that he's hiding?
We're getting
because
into that.
Drake was hiding a son for a long time.
We're getting into that. So that's April 30th. That is the day George Washington was inaugurated as our president. He was the first president of the United States. So coincidental.
They don't want you to know that.
I don't know. You guys think of that what you will.
Then on May 3rd, Kendrick drops My Birthday 616 in LA. That's the name of the song.
Whoa.
So
I think
it just
this has something connected to you.
lined up with me perfectly. But this was Kendrick going after Drake's record label. Everyone inside there, ghostwriters, very tired of that. And Let's see.
I do think a lot of Drake stuff is ghostwritten.
Yes, I do think so too. But the responses of how they are being made and how quickly they are. So this goes out, and this song is more about Drake's plant in the industry. He doesn't like Drake's father, stuff like that. Keeps going. Drake releases "Family Matters," an attack on Kendrick's life. Oh. He is talking about that Kendrick is a abuser, perhaps.
Okay.
We don't know. And talks about infidelity. Thinks Kendrick's wife is possibly had an affair and that the kid is not his. Heavy allegations.
Family matters.
Allegations. Kendrick Lamar responds to this, which this one I think is what sent the ripples through this room, and the reason we're talking about this is Meet the Gram. Meet the Grams is Kendrick addressing Drake's child. The song starts off by addressing Adonis. Like, listen, Adonis, and then has just a complete double entendres constantly, just releasing it on one day, hoping that Drake's son will listen to this.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Dear Adonis
Dear
is the
Adonis.
opening.
Dear Adonis.
Wow.
It gets very, very dark.
Oh my God.
Very aggressive. It is like extremely cutthroat, very aggressive. It is just like, it's like shooting someone with words, what it feels like.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like gunshots. Every word is a gunshot, basically.
Yeah.
Like every stanza that he writes from the beginning to the end of the song is an attack. And this is the song where he mentions Drake's fake daughter.
Yeah.
Sorry, we don't know if it's fake. But right now, Drake's daughter.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Alleged daughter. Drake's alleged daughter. And has like just a whole, like, kind of really pushes this predator push on Drake that he's a diddler. Because I know we can't. I'm just going to say the word diddler because I don't think you guys can say the other word.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, we'll cut it. Wow.
So are they putting all of this stuff on Spotify, or are they like releasing these on like different other platforms,
I think
or is this just like full published songs?
Yeah,
I think
they're
you're allowed to
full
post
published songs,
anything, whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's-
I've been listening to them on YouTube, so I can't say, but I'm pretty sure like you can shake your ass to Meet the Grams. Like,
Got it.
Okay.
Dang. So this is the latest.
This is the most
What's
recent
this?
one, and then there's
this is not even the latest. No,
really?
we're at the halfway now. Drake
Oh,
hasn't got
wow.
shot yet. Drake's bodyguard hasn't got shot.
Oh my God.
Yeah, sorry.
What's the one where Kendrick called him a diddler literally in the song? Is it that one?
It's this one. Yeah,
This is the one that people are dancing
yeah.
to.
I don't think people are dancing to it. It's not Meet the
they're
Grams.
being very entertained by
Being-
it.
This
entertained,
doesn't
yeah.
sound like something that's going to end good.
I think they might be dancing to like not like maybe Not Like Us.
Wow.
Anyways, without even less than 24 hours, Kendrick releases another song, which I think is the one people are all dancing to, and just completely doubles down on everything he just said in the last song. Like and these are like 7-minute songs.
Wow.
They're like very long, and the entire time just coming at them. And then on Cinco de Mayo, that is when we get the $10,000 offer from the rap community and Metro. Thank you for dropping the beat so that we can all try to release our Drake diss track. And he contributed to so many Drake diss tracks because it's a sweepstakes? Like
Sweepstakes.
It's a Danimal sweepstakes for rap. And
This is so crazy.
okay, and then this is kind of where we're a big one of where we're at is Drake releases a song called The Heart Part 6, which Kendrick Lamar's has a series of his songs, The Heart, and his last song was The Heart Part 5. So Drake kind of like took that title from him.
Wow.
So
Okay.
steals the song.
Takes the narrative.
And then the entire song is about Drake saying it's completely on the defense, kind of like because Kendrick released 2 songs just like throwing allegations, throwing things. So backs up, takes a defensive look at things, and he says that he planted someone in Kendrick's community that was feeding Kendrick false information. Says That's why you put my fake daughter in your rap. That's why you're putting these drugs in your rap. I can name them all for you. I bet you're about to call me like an Epstein or something, and that like whatever.
So Drake said he planted somebody to make up all these.
Yes,
but why would you plant somebody to write?
That's what the community.
Hey, Kendrick. I got some really great shit on Drake. Just get me up in the studio. Oh, and this, write that down. Mm-hmm,
Call him a pedo.
Sure.
So
that seems like he's trying to save face.
You would have to look back at all the lyrics because it gets a little crazy. But Drake is he really does mention that he hired someone that gave information to Kendrick. Kendrick just bought it, and then the way Kendrick writes it in the song is like, even your friends are turning on you, even your your crew is against you. They don't even like you either. Like so, it like makes it seem.
So whose side are you on, Jordan?
You guys are putting me on the spot, but I think I'm gonna have to be on Kendrick's side.
Okay.
Yeah, and the allegations that they're both going for, I would say like Drake's is a little like kind of crazy.
Okay.
I mean, they're pushing him far down. After this song gets released, no song gets released. Gunshots found at Drake's mansion in Toronto. His bodyguard is seriously injured.
On property.
His bodyguard got shot at his house.
Outside in the driveway,
Yes.
outside the gate, like
On the property.
drive-by or
Drive-by shooting.
Wow.
Yeah.
dead.
He's not dead.
He's shot.
Seriously injured. Which will bring us to the next, is the rap beef that, I mean, think about it. It just led to someone getting shot, possibly.
Or is this also, like, do you think if this shooting did happen, also is this also fueled, like, fans, like, crazy-ass fans?
I was just about to say it because everybody knows about this.
Who are delusional and want to participate and feel like they're going to...
cause some drama because of it. I could see that happening, too.
I really don't see Kendrick being like, go send someone to shoot his bodyguard.
Yeah, especially
I don't think so.
right now is just way too on the nose.
And
it's a nice house.
Yeah.
And then that's why there was like I wouldn't say like a police raid, but there were like a huge investigation on his property yesterday.
It's the same house that Kendrick put on his album art for the diss track.
Oh,
wow. It gets and Kendrick mentions Toronto all the time. He apparently hates Canadians. Who doesn't? But it's just like it just comes.
Sorry to our Canadian followers.
It's like 5%. We still love you. Hey.
I mean, I think that's pretty much the summary. So
wow,
dang.
It's
okay.
Like what we're witnessing is probably a lot of what the rap
Tupac
community,
Biggie.
Yes, we're getting a glimpse of that life, like the Eazy-E documentary that came out, or that movie movie.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of getting a glimpse of that happening in front of us.
Like current time.
The violent, the culture, the lyrics.
Wow.
The double entendres.
He loves that shit.
So I mean, today is what? Today is June, May
8th.
Today's May 8th. This is the latest we've heard. Jordan was nice enough to gather this information to share it.
Hopefully they find peace.
Yeah, I hope they figure this out. This is crazy.
I don't know. If somebody's getting shot, maybe they need to just squash it.
Yeah.
But
like people are getting hurt now.
Yeah.
Let's end it.
I mean, especially for Kendrick, if he's like, fuck, who the fuck shot his security guard? I didn't feel like it was going to go that far.
I'm sure he has to say something, right? Like after a situation like that, like he has to come out and say something.
His team has to be like, we need to stop doing these diss tracks back and forth because someone's then going to, do tit for tat on this.
Exactly.
We hope that the bodyguard recovers and that he didn't deserve anything in this.
Oh, is he in critical condition?
He was just doing his job.
Yeah.
But being a bodyguard of a rapper, this is your job now.
They're like the Secret Service.
Kind of. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you, Jordan.
I'm sorry, Canada.
Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you, Jordan. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into another episode of Zane and Heath Unfiltered. We love you so much. And of course, as always, you can check out these episodes audio form on all podcast platforms every Monday. And then every Tuesday, the video version on youtube.com/Zane and Heath.
Also, make sure to check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Zane and Heath. We do a bonus episode every single month. We also keep these cameras rolling after we finish these episodes. You get like an extended cut bonus version of the episode. We also do a live Q&A every month, behind the scenes content, a bunch of good stuff, all at patreon.com/Zane and Heath.
Beautiful.
We should have Jordan come in once per episode for like a pop culture recap of the week.
Yeah, because we don't stay in touch with pop culture.
Yeah, because that's
a crazy story.
Because now I learned everything I need to know. I don't have to dig.
And we're all caught up.
I'm a big fan of.
I just pictured Jordan doing his research for that, and he's like,
yeah, just listening to both tracks while he's
we should have him do his rap on here so it gets more traction.
Yeah,
get that 10 grand.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Okay, all right. Well, love you. Peace and blessings, y'all.
Toodles.
Stay safe out there. It's dangerous.